what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma for those of you who are new, and I would love it if you guys subscribed and stuck around. I am so excited to be sitting down and finally filming another video for you guys. I have missed you guys so much. I haven't posted in like a month over here on my channel. Long story short, work has been so hectic and crazy for me. I'm under new management at my job, and that was honestly a long time coming, and I'm super happy about that, but my schedule has been completely flipped upside down. I sort of had like a set availability and set hours and set shifts that I was working with my old management team, but now with new management, my availability has kind of just been flipped upside down, and I kind of just work whenever they need me. So I am trying to get back into routine, even though I don't really have one. It's been very difficult for me because I'm a super routine oriented person. It's been kind of stressful for me and a little bit chaotic and hectic around here, so just trying to get back into the swing of things. But I'm so excited to be filming today's video for you guys. As you can tell by the title of today's video, we're just gonna be sitting down and having my TBR jar choose my November reads. When I initially posted on my YouTube community tab what videos you guys wanted to see, you guys voted for an October TBR, but time got away from me, so we're just gonna do a November TBR. But I feel like I can still choose some like spooky vibe books or some thrillers or some witchy stuff, just because it's still another month until we get into the winter season, even though I'm probably gonna be decorating for Christmas sooner rather than later. But anyways, we're gonna be having my little TBR jar pumpkin choose my reads today. Super stoked because I feel like you guys really enjoyed when I had my TBR jar choose my September reads, and I'm happy to report that that was the most successful reading month that I've had thus far, probably in my whole life, or at least since I've had like my YouTube channel and have kept track of the books that I've read every month. September was such a good reading month for me, and I'm definitely going to be filming a wrap-up for that. I'm probably going to combine September and October wrap-up because I read a lot in September but didn't read at all. In October I read like a couple books this month, but September had some amazing reads, some 5-star reads, and some books that I just want to rave about to you guys. So look forward to that wrap up. That will probably be coming after this video. Today we're going to be sitting down and having my TBR jar choose my TBR. Well, my TBR jar pumpkin choose my November TBR. Be sure to like this video, comment down below any video requests that you guys have for me. I have a lot of videos planned. It's just a matter of when I can work it into my hectic schedule and film them for you guys. But also follow me over on Bookstagram, Instagram, TikTok, and be friends with me over on Goodreads. Let's just go ahead and get into the video. I'm so excited. I've missed you guys, but let's go ahead and get into it. So I have my handy dandy TBR jar pumpkin. I'm just gonna take the lid off though, so it's not rattling all around. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby, if you guys are wondering. You probably aren't. But I didn't add any like spooky prompts or anything in here, just because that was more like Halloween in October. So sorry I missed the mark on that. But I do have some like spooky books that I still want to get around to, so if I get a prompt that prompts me to choose those books, then we'll go ahead and choose them, just because I still feel like the leaves have just started changing. I haven't taken full advantage of fall yet, so I still want to read some fall books. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm probably going to choose like 8 to 10 books for November, just because I read that many in September, which you guys are probably so surprised about, but you'll see in my wrap up. So here's our first one here. Okay, set in winter. This one could be good because we're going into the winter time, so I'm not really sure which one that could be. I might switch this up and say set in fall, because I have a lot of like winter books that I want to read in December, obviously, because I might do Bookmas. Let me know if you guys want to see that. But let's see. I feel like this one is so fall coded. It doesn't say that it's set in fall, but this could also be set in November, honestly. So let's see. Okay guys, for the sake of not getting too Christmassy in my November TBR, I think I'm gonna choose this book because I got it from Book of the Month before I canceled my Book of the Month subscription, and I feel like the cover is giving like fall and winter vibes, and I feel like it will be perfect for this month. I feel like November going into December. So I'm just gonna say that this is set in winter. So this is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. Never heard of this author and never heard of this book until I saw it on Book of the Month. I would love to get the paperback if I like it, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that this is just kind of like a Harry Met Sally retelling. sort of, kind of. I don't really know, but I just love the cover of this book, and I don't know anything else about it other than I really like the cover, and I honestly really want the paperback version because this book is so heavy. But I feel like this one will be a good one. I know it's not technically probably set in winter, but you can't really tell by the synopsis of the book, so I'm just going off the cover solely. So next, let's see. Starts with the, so this could be a plethora of books in my collection. So let's see. Not all the books that I'm looking at are on my TBR cart here. I also need to go into my other ones as well. So first, I have The X-Hex by Erin Sterling, which has been on my TBR for a couple years now, and I feel like this one would be a good one to read to sort of end off fall and spooky season and everything. And I think it's just like a witchy, spooky romantic comedy. But I also have a book that I've also been wanting to read for quite a while, and that is The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This is like a super sad book, so I'm honestly leaning more towards this one because I've wanted to read this one for so long, and I feel like this one is more up my alley than like a romantic spooky comedy. But for the sake of theme, and because you guys missed like my October TBR, and I also didn't read that much in October and I kind of want to enjoy the rest of the fall season, I think I'm going to choose The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. So we'll see if I film a reading vlog on any of these books, but excited to finally knock this one off my TBR, and it feels like it's going to be a short and sweet little read. I am going to add this one to my TBR cart though, just in case another prompt makes me choose that one. 2 books down, we'll see how many more prompts I choose. A booktuber rec. So this one is a cute one because I feel like I have a lot of booktube recs on my TBR, and I think I have one in my mind that I really want to read, but I don't physically own it in my possession yet. I've ordered it, but I ordered it from Blackwell's UK, so it should take about like 10 to 15 days to get here. But I do want to read it because it's currently in a series that I'm reading, and my favorite booktuber has recommended it. But I am going to look at the rest of my cart and see if there's anything else. My favorite booktubers are Sarah Caroli. Obviously, she is the queen bee of booktube, and then I also love Destiny Sidwell as well. I also have a couple like smaller booktube creators that I really like. So I like Tiffany Leanne. She is like super cute. I don't watch all of her videos, but she is a stay-at-home mom from Alaska. Well, she's originally from Kansas City, which is where I'm from, well, close to where I'm from, but she currently lives in Alaska with her husband, and she has like a little baby boy, and they're so cute. And then I also have some like smaller booktube creators that I really like Lauren Gursky. She is adorable, and she's like, I think growing. I think she's probably hit more subscribers than I have now at this point, but I love her TBR jar videos I just started watching. And then also Chloe over on YouTube, Chloe Atkin, I'm not really sure, but she is fictionally Chloe over on Bookstagram, and she has like the most creative Bookstagram ever. I love her. She's so funny and iconic. You should also follow her on TikTok. I literally crack up every time I watch one of her TikToks, but I think a lot of hers are like fantasy recs, and I would have to like pull up some of her stuff. I think a lot of hers are like on Kindle Unlimited. So by the way, I got a Kindle, which you guys probably don't know unless you watch like my TikTok reel. I filmed a whole Kindle unboxing video already. I just need to like edit it and stuff, but I also have a Kindle Unlimited TBR, but I think I'm gonna film that separately, so that won't be included in today's video. I'm just gonna do like physical copies of books, but a lot of Chloe's recommendations are from Kindle Unlimited, so maybe in one of those videos I'll film like a booktubers or bookstagrammers or my book friends choose like my Kindle Unlimited books that I read. But anyways, okay, so I think I've decided, because that book will be here in the mail in a few days. I looked it up. So my booktube recommendation comes from Miss Sarah Caroli herself, and that is Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. I think that's what it's called, by Jessa Hastings. I've read the first 2 books in the MPU, the Magnolia Parks universe. I've read Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates, and I'm also wearing like a Magnolia Parks sweatshirt right now. It says, "How's the weather, Parks?" which is what BJ always asks Magnolia, and I think it's so sweet. This is from House of Jupiter, by the way. I'll link it down below if I can remember. The Magnolia Parks book, this is the second in the Magnolia Parks book series, with the third in the whole MPU. I know it's a little confusing, but Sarah Caroli raves about Magnolia Parks, and for good reason. I loved the first 2 books, so I think I'm gonna read that so that I can finally read the 4th book in the series, maybe at the end of the month or in December as well, so that I'm all caught up for Jessa Hastings' next release. I already pre-ordered Never by Jessa Hastings, and that should come in the mail like right before my birthday. That was like my birthday gift to myself, and then the 5th Magnolia Parks book comes out in February. So I think that's the book that I'm gonna choose. I don't currently have it in my physical possession, but it is on the way in the mail. So next book. Let's see what our next book is gonna be. Ooh, a murder mystery. So I think I actually have a couple for this one. I don't know if I have anything that's typically labeled like a murder mystery, but I have some like thrillers that sort of involve this. So I have Killer Instinct, which is book number 2 in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which I will talk about it in my September and October reading wrap up. I read the first book in the Natural series and I absolutely loved it. I blew through that book. I literally read it in like one sitting, and Killer Instinct is a little bit thicker than the first one, but this is basically about teenagers who are scouted by the FBI. Just think of it as like Criminal Minds, but they're teenagers, and there's a lot of like murder mysteries and like piecing together puzzles and stuff in this. So I feel like this one would be amazing. I'm probably gonna read this month anyway, so I can pick up the last 2 in the series. And then if you didn't know, there is a novella that's only available on Kindle Unlimited, and it's about like the Naturals characters when they're older. I also have For Found Dead by Natalie D. Richards, which honestly just sounds like a really fun like slasher YA book. So I think I'm gonna choose For Found Dead by Natalie D. Richards. This is basically about some teenagers who work in an abandoned mall, but the movie theater is the last standing business, and on the last day of the business being open, of the movie theater being open, there were 7 of them working late, then the doors locked, and I guess 4 were found dead, and they have to like outwit the killer because they're stuck in this like abandoned mall because their phones and their keys were locked in a safe while they were working. And I don't know, it just sounds super interesting, and I read a slasher sort of book like this in September that I really loved. So I think I'm gonna choose this one just because either way, even if I don't get a prompt that brings me to pick Killer Instinct or any of the books in the Natural series, I'm gonna read it anyway. So I'm gonna set these off to the side. So technically that's 4 books I've chosen with a prompt, but 5 because I'm definitely gonna read Killer Instinct, obviously. Next prompt. So, set in a magical place. Okay, you guys, let's do that one. I think I have the perfect book for this. I'm not gonna choose these 2 because I chose these in my September TBR video and I never got around to reading them. So I definitely need to read Fourth Wing and Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. But I'm going to set these off to the side as well because I want to get around to reading these anyway. More so this one because Iron Flame, the sequel, comes out in November. So, but I think I have the perfect book that I've been putting off reading, but I need to read. So pause this video right now and leave the comments down below what book you think this is. Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. It's about freaking time. I finished the second ACOTAR book in February. It is now almost November. It's the end of October and I still haven't picked up the rest of the ACOTAR series. So I definitely want to read this one this month or get around to it soon. And if I read this one, I'll probably end up reading A Court of Frost and Starlight as well because that's more of like a novella and it's a lot shorter, but I just need to get back into the series. I just need to finish the series. So for Set in a Magical Place, we're definitely gonna do this one. We're just gonna choose a couple more just because I feel like that's a mighty TBR at this point. But ooh, Set in a City. This one should be fun as well. I think I have like quite a few books set in a city. I've decided, I'm not sure if this is set in a city or not, but I think it's set at like a boarding school, which in my mind feels like a city kind of vibe. But this is Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walter, and this book, I literally bought it. Have never read anything by K.L. Walter. Haven't really heard many people talk about this book specifically, but I've heard people talk about A Summer of Broken Rules and What Happens After Midnight. But I feel like this one is just fall vibes, and I think it's set in a city. I could be mistaken, but it doesn't really say anything about the setting on the back other than on campus, school, that sort of thing. So we're just gonna go off on a limb here and just choose this book because I just wanted to. I feel like I'm cheating at this point. But I don't really have many books on my physical TBR right now that I can like imagine being set in at least like a real life city. So even number of pages, this one could be fun. So the Way I Used to Be has an odd number of pages, so that is not going to be it. I actually do want to read this one. I need to finish the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy, and I feel like these are such easy books to read. Okay, this one has 358 pages, so that's the one that we're gonna be going with, is The Goal by Elle Kennedy. Books are so cringy and so cheesy, but I just have a soft place in my heart for Elle Kennedy books, and I need to finish. I think I have 2 more in the Off-Campus series, and then just like a couple more Elle Kennedy books that I actually want to read, but nothing groundbreaking by any means, but they're just so fun and easy to read. And these always give me like fall vibes, but they're always set like on a college campus, normally during the fall. Normally when she describes settings, there's like leaves, like crunchy leaves on the ground, and they're all like bundled up and stuff, and there's hockey players, which to me like is like fall and winter sport. So that is like the most overly ambitious TBR ever, and that doesn't even include books I want to read on Kindle and stuff. So okay, this one is super exciting. This is a fun prompt. So this is a 5-star book prediction. So basically a book that you think you are going to rate 5 stars. I have a good one for this one actually. Wait, no, let me look through this first before I jump the gun on that. So I don't know if this is necessarily fall themed or anything like that, but this is the last book that I have to read by this author before her like newest release comes out next year in 2024. But I have Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and I've currently rated 2 books by Emily Henry 5 stars. I rated Beach Read and Happy Place a 5-star, I believe, or maybe I rated Beach Read a 4, I can't remember. So super excited to read this one this month. So I have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I've already forgotten the prompts, honestly, but I have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I have The Goal by Elle Kennedy, and I have Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walter. And then I have A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. And then I have Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the second in the Natural series. For Found Dead by Natalie D. Richards. The XX by Erin Sterling, and You Again by Katie Goldbeck, or Kate Goldbeck. Oh, I also have Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home by Jessa Hastings, that just hasn't come in the mail yet. Super excited to read these. I feel like I need to film some reading vlogs to hold myself accountable, so let me know if you want that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love you guys so much, and I've missed filming for you guys so much. Like, this is literally my favorite thing to do in the whole world. If I could do this full time for the rest of my life, I would do this all day, every day if I could. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my other socials. I always have my social handles linked down below. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.